Hello, thank you for being here with us. My name is Oudard. I'm a denim consultant, and I'll be hosting this conversation about eco-design, denim's collaborative journey. I'm very glad to have here with me three brilliant guests. I have Stéphane Popescu from Cose 361, Arianne Engelberg from the New Denim Project, and Diogo Aguiar from Minority Denim. Hello, everyone. And would you like to briefly introduce yourselves and your companies for me, please? Maybe Arianne, do you want to start first?
Sure. Yes. So thank you so much, Anne, for having us. And it's a pleasure to be here with Diogo and Stéphane. So briefly, I'll tell you a little bit of what we're doing and our background. So I'm part of a third generation family business established by my grandfather in the 50s in Guatemala. And about 10 years ago, my sister Joanna and I got involved with my father in the business to see how we could breathe into it a new life, considering the drastic changes in the past decades of the industry. And so we created the New Denim Project within the family business. And in essence, it's a textile design studio and circularity consultancy, which we have been producing yarn and textiles exclusively from upcycled fibers and natural fibers. We focus on design thinking and closed loop manufacturing. So we've been recognized for our 360-degree vision and perspective of what is happening around us, combined with decades of tradition and innovation, textile design and production. Our eco-industrial techniques are rooted in collaboration and the elimination of the waste generation in the industry. And so we really strive for change through creativity, regenerative design, and mostly a sense of connection and the celebration of community.
Fabulous, thank you. Diogo, do you want to go next?
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the invitation. And thank you, Anne, Arianne, and Stéphane to be here. So I'm Diogo Aguiar. I'm a founder of Minority Denim. I started this project in 2015 as a consulting company, more with the direction of about laundry and finishing, special finishings, and focused in more sustainable techniques, working for brands, producers, different players in the market. Today we are a little bit more than this, so we have capacity to produce some quantities in the same concept. We develop a technique of dyeing 100% natural dye too. So we are a little bit more than just a consulting company, but we continue to think that it's the way that we could have more impact is not just do or change what we produce, but try to help bigger companies and the companies that have the real impact in the industry.
Stéphane, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thanks for the invitation, and thanks also for my co-panelist. I'm based in France, and I have 15 years of experience within the fashion industry with my passion project, which is denim. I worked for brands previously into sustainable sourcing and design, and this is where I started my experience in eco-design. And since 2019, I created the Cose 361, which is a consulting company, like said Diogo, to improve the impact influence I have on the company. So not working for only one, but for many, either industrials, brands, maison, institutionals as well, in France and in Europe. And we have three key expertise, which is product eco-design, impact project. So it's large, but it's traceability, environmental and social impact calculation, more or less, which is a hot topic right now, and circularity within the fashion industry. And so we are quite involved at the European level into all these topics of sustainability, and very passionate and very happy to be sharing it today.
Thank you so much. So before diving into the core of the conversation, I wanted to just define quickly the principles of eco-design. So applied to the denim industry, eco-design takes into account the environmental impact of the jean throughout their entire life cycle. It aims at minimizing the negative impacts, the negative environmental consequences associated with its creation, use, and disposal. And it maximizes the positive social and economic benefits. This vision of eco-design integrates environmental consideration into every stage of the creating process, including material sourcing, manufacturing, washing, distribution, use, and end-of-life disposal. I would like to start with maybe hearing about your experience in how collaborating has helped you build those eco-design projects. And maybe we could start with Stéphane, because one of the aspects of your company is you talk about matchmaking, I think, and how you create those partnerships, and I'd like to hear a bit about that.
It's really embedded in my experience. My first and in 2013 we launched our we call it Rebirth collection, which was at this time one of the first post-consumer denim recycled collection, and it went through a long process. It was quite still new in the field, and we spent 18 months with all the supply chain, so all the life cycle more or less, for like a brand, but also collectors in France of our denims within our shops and outside of our shops. And also we started to work with people that were turning the used colors into new fibers. The key is that the collaboration of all this part of the supply chain make it worthy, with the responsibility as a brands to be the leader, because that you are at the last step of the market with the consumers. You have to take the responsibility also to bring everyone as a team, and you are the team leader more or less, and take also part of the risk. This is important. Otherwise, asking for the industrials to go by themselves is not wise, more or less. But that was very interesting. And at this time, we did what I call eco-design by good sense. It was obvious that recycling was interesting because we could skip up more or less virgin fibers and so on. And that was in 2013. It evolves quite a lot. Every product has an impact. So you don't have neutral, whatever. You always will have an impact. Now, how can you decrease it, more or less? The positive impact is side of it is more difficult to understand. But first, how to measure your impact, measure your footprint. And then once you have measure, then you can have progress. But without measure, no progress. So what we did at the beginning was good, the good sense, but now we have to be scientific, more or less, to make sure that we count in the right way. So again, it's a matter of responsibility, leadership, and collaboration, more or less. So you are kind of, for me, a denim scientist, I will call it, like we are all today denim scientists, okay? So how do we play with this? Ensure that the three bodies, so hard science, technical science, and let's say scientific regulatory body works together in order to improve the food market, but in a constructive way. That's more or less what we are trying to bridge.
Thank you, Stéphane. Going back to measuring impact, we usually hear a lot about the impact of the washes of the jeans. That's, I think, one of the classics that we hear of in the industry. I'd like to pick your brains, Diogo, on how you're working at lightening the impact of the washes?
So first, it's good to listen this kind of like a discourse of of Stéphane, looks like someone that knows exactly what happens and with a strong background about all production chain. So it's good. So it's because normally it's the most difficult part for us, like technicians. It's to show to the people that dream in a product, the designers or the people that are creating something, that sometimes are not able to see all the forest. So we need to try to, from our part, that what we could do to make a better product with a less impact. And always I say that data and information is the most important thing for someone choose between A, B, or C. You cannot choose just the look. Of course, the look is super important. You cannot lose your idea and your project. But sometimes I think that it's our obligation to show the different options with different looks and with different impact. And sometimes you need to find the correct balance. And this was the first conclusion. So today we continue a little bit this way, we need to think different, make a lot of trials, show to the designers and the people and our clients the different possibilities, explain the techniques to make you go back home, and then for the next collection you will become with that information, and you will go more straight to request what you want. So it's a little bit what we are doing in the market, like Minority Denim. We try to work closely with the chemical producers, with the machine producers, with the fabric suppliers, with the brands, with the designers, to try to create the connection and share of knowledge and share of contacts. Try to make the life easier, and to the designers and to the producers, and work for the next years, changing mentality of the people that plan the collections. And they need to understand that the collection starts when you start to research your fabrics, your accessories, your all details. And if you will lose more time planning, but you will want a lot of time, and you will spend less, and you will be more sustainable. So it's a little bit our position. But today we call it like a consultant, and we are a consulting company. But even if you are not a consulting company and you are just a laundry technician, it's important to have this kind of position too, because when you share information and you share knowledge, your life will be easy too, because the people will become to you with the information more clear. So it's this efficiency, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been to your lab, and I've seen what you've built for natural dyeing, and I think that's also a really important aspect of what you can do. And I think it's also gonna help me circle to what Arianne is doing with collecting waste and turning this into new raw material. Can you quickly tell us a bit, Diogo, about your natural dyeing project?
Thank you, Anne. Thank you, of course. So BioTint, it's another service inside the company that we produce. We dye clothing. So what we do, we start to develop this in 2017. What we create protocols with producers, organic materials like onion skin, coffee grounds from the coffees, some woods from the carpenters, some seeds, some roots. We extract the colorant in our own plant, and then we dye the clothing directly, and then we produce organic compost from this that we give again to the landfill to produce more vegetables. So we cannot change all world, but we could do we could have some positive impact. We just need to create networking, a different networking of the denim, like of people that they are more the geeks of the plants and the people that produce it or could produce it, to create or to increase our offer of colors and but it's everything in process.
Yes, it's a process. It's a journey.
It's a long journey. Yeah,
it is. Arianne, I think you have a really beautiful circular project as well that that I'd like to hear a bit more about, and I'm curious to know how basically you built this system of like waste collecting, and especially I'm interested about the denim part of the waste collection and how you can turn that into new products and how you build those systems.
Yes, of course. Thank you, Anne. And I echo everything that Stéphane and Diogo were mentioning. Specifically, the fact that the path towards circularity and sustainability, it's progress is always a work in progress. So, and so we were determined to create a more open and fully transparent connection between all contributors, opening these new communication channels within the supply chain so that we can all understand each other's work and propose new ideas, to the age-old problems that we've been talking about for decades, because all of this is not new at all, right? So the idea was, to communicate within, everyone, scrap suppliers, mills, studio, brands, designers, students, agents, distributors, and so on. And with this new approach, it allowed us to share ideas, values, and understanding so that we could all work as one. And for each one to understand what were the capacities of each and the needs, so we can all propose, to design not only a new product aesthetically, but, as Diogo was saying, that all the design process needs to be ingrained in the DNA of everything we're doing. So I think also in this new era of design, real innovation seeks to replicate nature's model of efficiency, right? So it was very obvious to us that if we were to seek sustainable solutions to the world's same old problems, we must study natural organisms, and specifically their capacity to adapt to life on Earth, and their very patient and powerful ability to survive over extensive periods of time using life's raw energy and tactics. And so just as all of life is interrelated and every single living thing on Earth contributes to the trajectory of every other living thing, then we said, okay, players in this industry have to stop working in isolation. And so, we knew that a sustainable future not only required to team up with members of the denim supply chain specifically, but from different fields and mindsets. And so in order to upcycle our own way.
It's very inspiring, and I really like the parallel that you made between basically like how in nature everything is connected, and how this is also how my views on the supply chain have changed in the past years. I used to have a very linear vision, and now I think it's more like a web where everything can be connected, and that like creates so many opportunities for collaboration and finding new paths and new solutions. I think that's really the key if we want to make things a bit better. I think we're gonna have to wrap this, but I just like maybe if in like 30 seconds you would like to share what like all of you your experience, like what's your dream collaboration, or who would you love to partner with in the future, or hypothetically, like what's your best collaboration project? Diogo, do you want to start? Do you have an idea?
Okay. So our dream it's connect all these elements like that we was talking now, like since the product supply, the chemical suppliers, fabric suppliers, technology, and connect with the brands, with designers, and be more involved in the selection, more in the selection of fabrics. I think it's really important. Like the people being exactly informed, and when they knows more or less what kind of product they are planning, pay attention for the decision, and at the moment of the selection happens a lot of times, like brands that comes with one or two fabrics to make trials to see how it results in the sustainable techniques, and I always say like the same, please bring 8 or 10 or 12 fabrics. For me, the job is the same, and we will have much more conclusions, and you will open a lot your mind, and you will see that you will have you could do the job for today, and you could be working for the next collection or the next year or something like this.
So for you, it's connecting the laundry and the sourcing, like and doing
exactly, yeah, because it happens what I see too, like not all, of course, some fabric suppliers are really well informed, and it's people like that super correct, but not all people are like this. Sometimes the people, I want to sell this fabric, so, and this guy don't understand so much, so these junior designer, so I will give him this, and then the laundry will find a solution to. So it's, and if it's today this happens, it's super. It happens with international brands, with Portuguese brands, with big groups. Like today happens. Like, so it's incredible. Like, and like sounds like if you say exactly what it is. Sounds like aggressive or but it's not. Like, well, please stop now, it's better stop now than continues 1, 2, 3 months. You will spend energy, you will spend resources, you will do something that don't make sense. So it's exactly what I think it's and what our dream. It's work closely with the brands, with the people that dream the product, share our knowledge about what we know. Exactly. Of course, I don't know so much about recycling of, I don't know technically how it's the process of recycling of cotton, and I don't want to know. I just want to know the people that knows better about this. So it's I think it's our job here. It's do what we know to do, and do it more and better, and then connect the rest of the players that are in the same level. Like so this is our dream. It's to connect and work closely with the brands and with the designers and producers since the beginning, to earn time, to be more efficient, and to evolve.
Sounds great. Stéphane,
So
what would be your dream collaboration?
So it's not a dream collaboration, it's an ongoing collaboration, we'll say it. But what I'm trying to make the dream comes true faster. It's more regarding like I said previously, the collaboration regarding the eco-design. We are on a small planet with planet boundaries that are limited. So we need to take this into account, and science is here in order to make us count what do we need in order to go on the right pathway, whether in climate change, but also in other kind of environmental impact. So now we need to harmonize the way to count, to calculate environmental impact. So we all count the same way. It's like having the common language, more or less, in terms of understanding what is the environmental impacts and how to measure it, more or less. So first, harmonization about this. Second will be, so far so good, but harmonization, that we collaborate into the regulatory body. It's coming very fast in France and in Europe. Within 3 years, you can't import some goods in Europe if you don't respect level of eco-design. This is the ESPR regulation coming into force. So we are actively working on this, but it has to be a collaboration between regulatory body, science, and the industry that has to take its part. And third part then will be directly on the industry collaboration, like I said, to increase the development of solutions within the full life cycles. That's all what we just speaking today. But the low footprint materials, so we need really to understand what is a low footprint materials and to increase its availability, like Arianne is trying to do, to increase such project and so on, and really to balance what are the conventional one we don't want anymore, and we only want low footprint material. That's a must. Efficient transformation process, like Diogo said. We need also sustainable, very efficient, low footprint transformation process. So we need to understand, to collaborate, to make it live and more available, whether it's natural dyes and so on. We have to invest on this and really to play out the role the industry and the brands has to really go for it and fast. And third point would be increase of garment durability for longer use. That's very, very difficult and needs all the collaboration from the full supply chain, from the fiber producers to the brands. But it's really important to have this in mind in terms of eco-design, the durability. So we are also working on this concept about physical durability, so quality more or less, but also what I call the extrinsic durability, which is not about the product, but about all that can changes. So the company, the country, and so on, that can affect more or less the duration of service of a product. That's very interesting, but we need to collaborate on this, and that's a big lever in terms of environmental impact. And then, of course, circularity collaboration from the post-industrial, post-consumer. We have a huge issue of waste, like Arianne said. It's time to go for it, and very fast. So how do we work on circularity and also on the business? That's a must for the brands to go from linear to circular business. That's an issue because when you speak with industrial people, going circular for brands, meaning they don't go to reproduce each time. Okay, so where goes a weaver? That's a topic that we need to discuss also. How to integrate, in point of view of circularity, the producers in the process, because for brands going linear to circular, that's very difficult, but still manageable. Then how we do with the industry. So again, all this has to become. But now is the time to collaborate and to discuss more on this and to go faster on this point.
Absolutely. I think you really have a very, very global vision on that, and that's really fascinating to gather all of that together. Thank you, Stéphane. Arianne, do you want to close with your hopes for the future? What are your next collaboration, or what do you hope for?
Yeah, sure. So for us, during these last 10 years since we launched the new Denim project, we've been getting requests from other textile mills globally for consultancy services for their, spinning process, or opening and mixing of new fibers, upcycling, weaving, and basically all the design thinking behind the process and design of upcycled fabrics and products and yarns. And so this year, we finally decided to launch this side of the business in order to, share our expertise, some of it of over 65 years within, the family business. So, to put this to work and to really grow this upcycling network of mills and designers that want to join, and it's been very flattering. And if you ask my father, who's been in the industry for 50 years, he can't believe where our relatively small textile mill, how it has become this little beacon of inspiration and of change that I think is something that has been very important, and it should be given the merit that it deserves, and to share it with other mills and grow their capabilities into really being able to take all this waste from the region that is being produced, and upcycling, because there's so much waste floating around in our ecosystem that there is really no need to produce anything new from any virgin source of raw material, at least for the next 100 years. So I think
even maybe 500
or 500, who knows? Yeah, but yeah, the idea is to stand as mentors, empowering textile mills to flourish with this type of positive impact, and always united by this thread of collaboration and progress, and nurturing both profits and purpose. And so to be able to embark together in a journey of creativity, sustainability, and prosperity, and really create a new narrative of innovation for generations to come.
Thank you so much. Thank you all. Your talking with you gave me a lot of, I think, hopes and motivation. I think your vision will definitely spread and motivate a lot of other people. Thanks a lot, and I wish you a very good day.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.